So yeah, so these are the settings now. Just let me know if it works. Okay, so now it's better. Okay, cool. I hope it's also better on YouTube. Not sure about Periscope though. Everything works perfect. Cool. Okay. Yeah, as I said, first time using OBS, but I also just got a recommendation from Adrian about some OBS settings that I'll check out after the stream. Okay. So hopefully things should work now. As I said, here's this search anything stuff. And I want this to autofocus because this is not really helpful. So here I have the search input and as a reference. And I have this show modal method, which basically just sets show to true, which is up here like a VIF. And then if this is true, then the transition triggers, and afterwards we have the input. Much better. Cool, perfect. Hi. All right, so I think to make this work, we set show to true, and then on the next tick, so when all of that stuff happened, I want to basically get the reference. What was it? Search input. And focus that. Yeah, Streamlabs, I heard about it. I already said that this is like my first time ever live streaming. So I hope that this will improve over time. Okay, so let's give it a try. Command P, and it's focused. Nice. Okay, cool. YouTube has a setting for low latency. Yeah, I don't know. I really have to read that up because I'm using Restream, and also this chat widget is from Restream, so I can see all the different things coming in from Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, which is pretty cool. All right, so that works. This automatically focuses. And if I now search for something, I can press enter. It opens up the modal and closes it. If I press Command P again, I have the previous input in here. I don't know if I want that. Let me see, how does that work with Table Plus? So if I open a local database, then let's just say activations, press enter, Command P, and it's empty again. Yeah, I think that's better. Hi, Stefan. Yeah, so we should clear that out after pressing enter for anything as well. So we press enter, we load this, and then we have to reset this. So it's basically on every close. So when we close this, we set this show to false, and there's also this search, which we just set to an empty string then. So if I just use post, for example, press enter, Command P, and it's empty again. Okay, cool. Okay, so clicking does not yet work. That should be an easy fix. Here it is. open results on enter. And then here we have the results. Make that bigger. Periscope was blurry. Yeah, someone said that the bitrate on Periscope is limited, so it could be that this is the case. Yeah. So here we have the search results, and then if I click on it, I basically just want to open this specific result. So open result, but open result right now uses the active index. So it tries to find out what was selected, and then it opens it. Yeah, this is Electron with Vue. And the Electron course is coming out in 2 weeks. Yeah, it's Friday today. So next week, I'll spend some time on building the actual sales page. And then the week after, we will release the course. So I have recorded 43 videos so far, and there isn't much missing. So yeah. Yeah, the course is going to cover Vue as well. Yeah. Okay, so when we click now, we just open the active result. So if I just click on user, this is going to open post, right? Yeah. And that's because the open result does not really know about the active index. So let's just do, if we press enter in here, we give it the active index. And if we click on here, we just give it the index of the element in the div. And then this gets the index that we want to open, and we replace it like that. This should do the trick. So let's press enter. This opens posts. Perfect. And if I click on the user, I got a new tab with user. Okay, cool. So right now this only searches for the models, but I also want to search for projects. So if you're on the home screen, you have multiple different projects, which could be local or via SSH. And I also wanted to be able to press Command P and then search for Invoker, for example, and then see this project. And the way Table Plus does it is they add a new connection here to the sidebar. So if I would, I don't know, open like a different database, and we have those two databases here. The YouTube link, I tweeted it. I can also send it to you. Let me get it. Ah, okay. Yeah, I wasn't fast enough. So yeah, they have the sidebar with the different databases, which is nice, but that would be super complicated to implement in Invoker. So instead, what I want to do, you can press Command N, and this is just going to open a new Invoker window. And in here, you can then have a different connection. So I think I would just do that you press enter or click on it, and it would just open a new window with that project pre-selected. So let's see how we can make that work. So first of all, we need to search through those projects. The projects are in here, they're in a global storage. So main storage is, where is it? It's available globally. So, so when we search something, we currently find the models, and then we also need to search the projects. So we would get all the projects and then filter them based on what I entered. And let's log those projects because I currently don't know how they look like exactly. All right. So these are the projects. They have an ID, they have the path, a name, and a flag if it's local or SSH. So we can just do something like main storage get projects map project, and then this find project and pass it the results like we do with the models. So we need a new method find project, which gets the project obviously and the results. Okay, so here we would push something to the results array if the, I think I just want to search the name and not the path. So if project name index of this search, and then just do two lowercase on those as well. Too many braces. If this is not -1, so if we find it, we're going to push it to the results. So here we will push a new entry. The name would be project.name. Type would be project. So let's give it a try, and there we go. Cool. Okay. Right now the results only contain a name and a type, which was fine when I did this yesterday evening for the models, but I think I basically need to provide the whole object, like the whole model object or the whole project object, in order to then do the proper routing and decide what to do when we want to show the results. Because right now this is not going to work because it tries to open something that does not exist, as it's not a model. So this is nice. I like that. I think at the end we will still need to sort the array, or maybe not. I'm not sure yet. So right now it's grouped by type basically, because we do the models first and then the projects. I don't know. I'll leave it like that for now. So when we push this, we already have the type. So let's push basically the object that we want to route to. So in this case, it would be a project. And for the models, it would be the model that we found, like this. And then when we want to show or open the results, yeah, here's what I'm currently doing. I'm just closing the modal, and then I'm opening the model tab. So here we would need to check, okay, what type have we actually selected? So we would need to do something like if results type equals to model, then we need to open the new tab And if the result type is a project, then we need to do something else. So let's just do an alert project opened, and then just give it the project name, result name, like that. So let's see. Okay, project opened, and it closes, and models no longer work. Canary property open of null. Ah, okay, yeah, that's still an issue because the tabs are only available on this view basically. So this is using the view router, so these are different routes. So we have the home route, we have the models, and then we have the commands. And the tabs are only present on this specific route. So if I'm here and press Command P, it should work. Yeah. So the tabs are not present on the home route. So I think I will probably have to do something like first push to this route, and when that is done, we are going to actually open the tab. So we can do something like this, router push, and then the name. Let me look that up. So we have home, dashboard, commands. Yeah, so it's basically project, which is this placeholder that we see here. So we need to go to that route first. And then we would need to wait for this to succeed and then open the tabs, because this, I'm very sure that this is not going to work. So if I'm on the home tab or on the home route and open a model, yeah. So this pushes to the project view, which is what I want. But then I want to open the model that I selected. So we need something like a callback after router push, which I'm not sure how it works. Is this chat still working? Are you just not typing anything? Oh, yeah, I should add view. Oh. Fancy Google algorithm knows it. You're just listening. Okay, cool. All right, so there's just an onComplete handler. That's nice. So we have the name, but I could also just push to the name and then have the onComplete handler. So we would have something like we push to the project route. And once that's done, we are going to open the tab like this. Save it. Let's go to home, open a comment, and it didn't work. Canary property open of null. That's probably, maybe that's still too fast. The YouTube link, yeah, doesn't work. Thanks. So the router was finished, but the tabs property probably isn't initialized yet. So I guess, I don't know if this works, that we can just do something like do this on the next tick. That would be the easiest way. like this. Not sure if it, yeah, not sure if it works. So let's try this. Comment. Yeah, cool. Okay, perfect. So now if I'm on the commands, it should work as well. Yeah, okay, that's nice. All right. Cool. So now the projects. When we open the projects, what we need to do is, this is all happening in basically the browser, so in the renderer process. Yeah, it's 32-inch 4K. Sebastian has the same monitor. I don't know if I need to lower the resolution for the next stream. So what we need to do when we select the project is, as this is all happening like in the browser, you know, because it's Electron, but the opening of windows happens in the main process. So we actually need to communicate with the main process here, because we already have the functionality to open a new window here in the menu. So what we need to do is we need to send basically an event from our renderer to the main process. So we need to do something like import IPC renderer from Electron. That's the event emitter. And then when we click this, we want to send something. So we send, let's just say project opened, and then give it the project. So this, I think there's an extension for this installed as well. So if we do this, here we should see all the IPC events. So if I'm opening a project, nothing happens yet. Oh, do I need to record them? Oh yeah. Okay, so project opened, arguments is null. I'm not sure if this should work. Nah. It's not project, it's object. Right. So the object of the result, we want to send that along. So press enter. All right, so we send the project opened event with these arguments. That's right, and now we need to listen for that in our background process. So here's the background process, and here we have, for example, the menu defined for our app. So all these entries here happen in the main process, and that's why, for example, if I click here and open anything, I'm sending an event to the browser from the main process. And now we basically need to do it the other way around. So we send it from the browser to the main process. I'm not sure if this is being used here already. No. So we need basically the counterpart of IPC renderer in our main JS, or in the index.js, which is IPC main. And so we want to listen for some events here. So IPC main on, and then project opened. And then we get the event and the arguments like this. So this would be the project, or no, it's still an array, right? Yeah, it's an array. All right, So just to be sure, let's just log this to see if the event comes through. So this is basically the log output from my main JavaScript file. So press Command P, search for something. Why aren't we finding? All right, let's see. Can I read property map of undefined? So we have the difference now is previously we had a project opened. So now we don't have a project opened. So I guess the state here, this is probably going to be empty. So this is using Vuex to hold the state. I love Vuex for stuff like that. So yeah, so modals is empty. And that's why this doesn't work. I would like to do just this, but it doesn't work. So instead, let's just do if this turn blah blah blah. Then we're going to do the map of the models, and otherwise we do the map of the projects. All right, Command P, RK. So let's try this again. I haven't seen a log in here. There's that. So we have the event listener on our main process. And in here, we sent this. I think I know what's wrong. So the problem probably is that we are basically just sending an event from the renderer to the renderer itself. So if we take a look at IPC renderer, there it is. So no, sends a message to the main process. That's what we want to do. So this looks right. So we send project opened to the main process. And on the main process, it's kind of, not main. It's basically the opposite. So we have the event listener. This is looking good. So yeah, here's like the same thing. So we listen to the event and we send it. So why isn't this working? The event name is also the same, I guess. Before I'm debugging and it's just this easy fix. All right. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So the error is hidden in here. So yeah, if I write proper JavaScript, it should work. Yeah, it sucks a bit that the error is just hidden in here. All right, so with proper JavaScript, let's try this again. All right, there it is, cool. So we can send the event from our browser to the main thing here, and what we need to do now is basically the same thing as when we open a new window. So there's a method called create new window. So this is the first thing we need. So where's my app? Oh. So let's open this project, and it gives me a new window. And there we have it. So next we would need to wait before the window is loaded. And when it is, we basically need to send an event to the window again and tell it load this specific project. So let's just, I'm just thinking if there are different ways on how we want to invoke a new, invoke, see what I did there? Many different ways on how we want to create new windows, or if it's always a project, but I think it is. So for now, we could just throw in the project. So we would just give it the project in here, and here's the create new window method, which would get a project. And then we load this URL, and then, well, once it's loaded, we need to send an event. So we need to do something like new window. There's like it's ready. I think there's on, what was it called? Ready to show. So when the window is ready to show, we want to send it to open a specific project. So here we would do something like new window, web contents, send, and then it would basically be open project, and we give it the project that we have, but we only need to do this if we actually pass the project in here. So if I just open a new window with Command N, we don't need this. So if we have a project, we're going to do this. All right. So let's see if this works. Here it is, Command P, let's open Invoker demo. Just looking at this from the UX, we would still need to make a change. Like right now, I don't have a project opened. And if I now press enter, I wouldn't expect it to open a new window, but instead I want this to open the project in the current window. But if I do have a project open, I want it to open a new window. But let's take care of this afterwards. So we open the new window. And I forgot to take a look at the inspector. So we still need to do this again. So let's record the IPC events. I'm not sure if we can actually catch them because it is a new window. Let's do it otherwise. So we send the event with the project. And then in here, we would listen for this. So we would say on open project, which would be an event, and then the arguments should open project. Let's just do it like that, so we can try that out. So we can close one of those windows, Command P, open this one, and nothing happens. So it could be that ready to show is maybe too soon. Let's just do a log in here to see that we're actually sending the event to the window. All right. And nothing in here. All right, so let's see. We have project, we pass it to the function. We have create new window, which gets the first argument, right? So this, let me double check this because I logged it already. Let's log the whole arguments array. Yeah, I mean, it looks like I passed it. So let's call this. So here's, it's not an array anymore. All right, so it's now no longer an array. So this is already the project variable, like this. So we create a new window with the project. Let's give it another try. Like this. But no log. Or was it this? Now I'm confused. What did I log exactly? We logged this. All right. Let's see if we go to this event then. I am ready to show myself. And then log the project. So here it is. And there's no log. All right. This is weird. So, like, there is this ready to show event on the window. I don't know if it just gets emitted if show is set to false, but I don't think so. Emitted when the web page has been rendered while not being shown. It doesn't say that it's not getting fired, but let's just try that. So we set show to false, and but now we need to show it in here, because otherwise we'll never see it. Okay. So now we're just opening a window, but we don't show it. We load the URL, And then once it is ready to show, we show it. So let's try this. We don't see a new window. All right. Okay, so the event just gets triggered if we set show to false. And then it works. Okay. Then we'll do it like that. So we can get rid of the logs. This works. So we send the event to our browser. We catch it in here in the view component. So here we have open project. And we get the project in here. So now what we need to do is we basically need to trigger the click event on this view component. So this is in the home view. And here we have the creations, then there are the projects. And on open, we call the open project method, which is doing this. And yeah, so this makes the check. If it's a local project, it opens the local one. If it's a remote project, it connects via SSH. All right, so we need access to this method right here, which is only on the home component, but that's not a problem because when we open a new window, this is always the first component that we see. So we are already on this page basically. So maybe we can just add an event listener in here. So we do something like bus on open project. Then we call this load project and pass it the project that we want. And let's refactor this to load project so that it's consistent. All right, so we have this event listener in here. All right. And then we need to trigger this event. So here we would just do bus init load project. Whoop. And then there's a 50-50 chance of this being the project or an array. I think it's a project. All right, let's try this. So then we do this and emit it. All right. And while we're at it, let's just rename this to load project as well. And in our index, we also need to say load project. All right, let's save this and see. All right, so Command P. Oh, there it is. That was an old window. Command P. Let's just say Invoker. Press Enter. There is the new window, but we haven't emitted the event. I'm pretty sure that this is like a next tick thing again. So we add this, or maybe it's not. So we add the event listener on the mounted event of our app component. And then we emit this. And what happens if this gets called before the home component was mounted, because then this event would not be there. So how should we do it? Let's just, hello Godkin Mo. So let's just do an alert of JSON string5 project, just to make sure that it's the proper argument that we pass. All right, Command P, like this. And now we don't have anything in here. Did I mess something up when I refactored this? No. Maybe I also closed the wrong window. Let's see. So let's just quit this and let's just run yarn dev again. Because sometimes those events that we add to the main process get mixed up, especially with the hot module reloading. So let's see again. Also, my computer is like super slow when I'm streaming. It usually doesn't take a couple of seconds for the window to show up. Also, this is usually faster. All right, is this now the correct process? I'm still not convinced, but we'll see. Because there aren't any events or stuff showing up in the dev console here. All right, let's force quit Electron and do this again, because this is not doing anything. Oh yeah. Yeah, I use CPU encoding, and I should be able to use my GPU for that. So this is like the 16-inch MacBook Pro. So that should work. I'll need to try that. Come on. Compiling, yeah. You know this XKCD comic? Man, this is super slow. Ah, there it is. Or at least it's doing something. Still no window, but we'll get there. All right. So just a couple more seconds. There we are. All right, so let's try this stuff again. Command P, Invoker demo. All right, so we get the event. This is the alert. And as you can see, this is an object. So this is already the correct object. So this is already the project that we want. So, all right, there, it worked. So let's remove the alert again and try this once more. So let's open Tinkerwell. Not connected, okay. So yeah, this was an SSH project, so there might be something that we need to look at. But let's do it again. with Invoker demo. Cool. All right, there it is. Perfect. Let's just open another local project of mine. All right, nice. So that works. What's up with the SSH connection? So first off, we need to show it somewhere that this is like Tinkerwell is an SSH connection. We need to show that. Let's do that real quick. So here we have all the projects. And when we push the name, let's just do something like this. And then if the project is local, otherwise SSH. All right. What? Did I mix something up with the string concatenation? Because now it's just local. Also seems like is local is not the right boolean to check. All right, fuck it. I'll take care of that later. Let's first take a look at actually connecting when we select the connection. So open this. It opens up and then we get an error not connected. So let's see what's going on here. We have execute remote. So yeah, it acts as if it is already trying to connect. So let's see. In the load project method, was it just the wrong method that I called? So we have open project, which checks what kind of project we have. And then it opens a local or a remote project. So I guess I just need this. Why did I name this load project? I'm a bit confused. Okay, this is the actual loading of the project, if it's, well, loaded. So I could have ditched that crappy refactoring there. All right, anyway, this should work now. So Command P, let's try another local project to make sure. Invoke a demo, press enter, and there we go. It's a local project. Press Command P, and now we want to open Tinkerwell. Press enter. It works. Awesome. Cool. This is great. All right. So, yeah, I think that's it for my first ever live stream for today. So we did achieve quite a lot of things. The open anything stuff, autofocus, we can search for projects and we can open them, which is really nice. So thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know via Twitter or anything if this is something that you'd like to see more often, because I certainly enjoyed it. And yeah, I think there's a ton of stuff that we can add to Invoker, and I'm excited about sharing. So if you have any tips or stuff regarding OBS, or if there's anything that I should change and you know your stuff there, just ping me and let me know. So yeah, thanks for checking this out.